Time here, super fight number 1 at Raw Grappling Championship, Lucas Barbosa and Gerard Labinski. Well, Gerard Labinski, representing New School Brotherhood, has actually been spending a little bit of time in Warsaw. Post-pandemic, he said he was in to help Jan Blachowicz, former UFC champion, getting ready for his recent title fight over on the mats at WCA in Warsaw alongside other guys, other champions. So certainly getting some great training in before this fight, 27 years of age. But Lucas Barbosa, undoubtedly one of the most experienced guys, perhaps the most experienced guy in this super fight series.
Yeah, I mean, having gone the distance with the King Gordon Ryan twice, he ended up losing by points, but to not get finished by Gordon Ryan makes a statement in itself.
But Gerard Labinski promised to show off his guard skills here today and does exactly that. But yeah, Barbosa, I mean, was super vocal about being able to go out and show why he comes from what he says is the best team in the world. He said, my team is making me better. I mean, with Andre Galvao at the helm and so on, I mean, you've just got a wealth of experience behind you. Mentally and physically, 1% every day, he said.
Barbosa looking to put pressure on the legs here. Briefly reaching back, but what he needs to start thinking about is getting his knee into the butt of his opponent here and pushing his body back to put further pressure on those ankles.
Combat base?
Yeah, as you see in here, look, he goes up, he's going to try and force the knee into the, but he has to be careful of the leg here.
One of the things Lucas talked about during the post-media interviews yesterday was the strength, the Polish power. He said, I've heard that Gerard is a pretty strong guy. Oh, he's dropped for the heel hook there.
Wow. Oh, he's got the crank here, Chris. Labinski forced to roll here. There's no avenue out for him apart from the roll.
Whoa. Right in front of the commentary position, you can see the championship belts. Well, that's at stake here. I think we're going to need to get the old 3-referee tag team, pick them up and reset them. I don't even know if they're going to be able to pick them up, Dean.
I mean, Barbosa gritty and fast paced, just from seeing that attack there makes it very uncomfortable for his opponents.
Apparently, Lucas just opened up a school in Eugene, Oregon. So he says, hey, come out, check out Casa Verde. He's been a busy guy. Well, right now, deep in on a leg entry, and I have a feeling we're going to see some more rolling here in a second, Dean.
Labinski might look to stuff the leg here or potentially break that position, the guard position there over both of the legs. It's a bit easier to sneak his knees out when both legs are in. There's quite a wide space there, but could get heel hooked here in the interim.
Wow, that was so close. Lucas aborts, though. Interesting decision. I mean, the correct thing, though, if you really want to kind of keep a dominant position, Dean?
Yeah, I mean, the key there was that Barbosa didn't control just one of the limbs. He had both the limbs in between his legs, which makes it a little bit more difficult to clasp them together. Gives Labinski a bit more maneuverability to escape. That's why we see him in this position here.
Do you test a guy? I mean, because some people will tap from that, right? If you're working on it and you kind of can't get it, is it best to sort of think, all right, I'm not going to get this guy with this, I'm going to move on? Or is it a feel thing, or is it definitely a technique thing strictly?
I mean, it could be all of the above, whatever translates to the specific situation in front, you know, largely due to the torque through the knee. And again, both the knees were on the inside of the guard position of Barbosa, so it was a bit more hard to solidify that controlled pressure through one knee. You know, it was dispersed through two, which allowed Labinski to escape. Great work from Labinski, though, to get back to the full guard.
Yeah, excellent guard recovery. I mean, Gerard was saying, look, that's my big thing. I'm a guard guy. Love the competition. And love to be able to show off the beautiful techniques here. Let's see what he's got from his back.
I mean, you'll see this from Labinski. He fights with a smooth and silent prowess about him. Slowly lets the traps off of his back. So this is what he's doing here. He's mounting these attacks. He's consolidating information. Lots of pressure on the legs from Barbosa. Now,
Nice, very
slice that knee,
nice.
but the key is the underhook kick. See, he's going to start to pummel the underhook under the right arm of Labinski. If he loses that, he's in danger of getting swept here.
And Labinski fighting for an underhook too, no?
Yeah, Labinski, that's the key. The Barbosa needs to nullify that underhook of the right arm of Labinski. See there, now he's turning it into a Kimura. That's the key. That's what's giving him issues there with regards to balance. That's why he had to address that arm. He couldn't get the underhook, so now he's threatening the Kimura.
Do you mean the underhook that would have helped him get the pass, yes?
The underhook from Labinski on the bottom to sweep to the top position.
Ah, yes.
And potentially expose the back as well.
Ooh, he's going to go
he's
Kimura
getting
here.
cranked. This is going to determine the flexibility and the dexterity of Labinski's shoulder.
Wow. Very nice. But hey, even to hold on to it can open up a scramble or a pass. Neither quite coming to fruition for Lucas Hulk Barbosa.
Barbosa with heavy guard passes, which favors the knee slice, actually. So look for him to walk his feet up and pull that knee out of the half guard and then look to go either to the right or the left side.
Yeah, he described his style as, look, he's like, look, no gi is my thing, and I'm going to be adaptable in there. Whatever the case, whatever competition, I'm well-rounded, can play everywhere. And certainly a very complete game on tap against a very impressive Gerard Labinski right now.
Labinski looking to underhook that leg. He's got some savage knee bars as well. He's able to make his opponents tap. Without the traditional angles, he gets so much torque through those legs. And he's diving that right arm underneath to try and expose that left leg of Barbosa. But what he needs to start thinking about is framing and gaining some space. And there we go. He starts to pull the arm across the face of Barbosa to try and get some space here. At the moment, Barbosa's doing a great job of controlling the head and the arm, forcing the shoulder into Labinski, flattening him out on the mat. Just disallows him to contort his body to try and get closer to the legs and initiate sweeps.
Pressure here from the Hulk. And part of this is obviously the kind of tripoding that's going on, right? To put his weight as far forward as possible, right? To pin the shoulders and open up that kind of slow burn of the pass occurring.
Yeah, he wants the shoulders against the mat here. I mean, traditionally, he likes to walk up into the full mount for arm bars, but first he's got to get his leg out of that position. And like you alluded to, he's controlling the head and the arm. That serves to flatten his opponent to the mat, which allows him to then further escape his legs. You see he's using the instep there straight to the mount. Now, this is where he likes to walk up high, Chris.
Well, Hulk Barbosa here advancing position.
Potentially looking to secure.
He's over an arm. He's over an arm. He's got a couple of options here. Labinski turning his thumb.
Labinski's got to get Barbosa back onto his hips to buck him and walk his shoulders towards us. Oh, there's the armbar. Oh, this is on tight.
That's it. Lucas Hulk Barbosa promised a submission, and he gets it here in London. Raw Grappling Championship. The belt goes to you, sir.
And what an emphatic finish from Barbosa. We spoke about his ability to walk up in the mount position to expose the arm bars, and he specifically delivered that tonight. Check out the replay, Chris.
Wow. Here comes the Hulk.
You see the way he keeps himself off his opponent's hips to negate the buck and the escapes, walks his way up close to the arm, skips around, controls the head before he sits back, hyperextension to the sky, Chris, and forces the tap.
Yeah, that is some serious confidence. I mean, to be able to sit in that position, right? And he knew for sure that he was going to be able to spin into it. I mean, the commitment, man, just perfect decision-making. There's the finish, hipping into it beautifully, like you said, Dean. That's the tap. And here is your winner from Peter Lowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of these men, please. After a superb super fight that didn't disappoint. And with 77 minutes and 46 seconds still on the clock, your winner with an armbar submission from Brazil, Lucas Hulk Barbosa. Show your appreciation for our runner-up, Gerard Labinski.
Well, the inaugural belt will go around the waist of that man, Lucas Hulk Barbosa.
Walking away with our super
That's a feather in the cap, man. Gerard Labinski is no joke.
Belt this evening.
Obviously, a really tough, gritty guy who's training at a world championship level. But Lucas was confident. He said, look, I've been doing this for years, and I'm going to show why, and I promised a submission. Well, he delivered.
He delivered beautifully as well. Again, looking to his game plan to get to the mount. Perfect with the knee slice as well. And the key for me as well was the old school, man. Control the head, control the arm, flatten your opponent out, get to a dominant position. As we take a look at the replay here, when they started early on in the fight, Chris, it was a battle for head position, head snaps. Barbosa looking to lever the head down of Labinski. Labinski in turn dropped down to his back in favor of utilizing the guard here. This is where he did a good job of getting back to the guard, and this is where Barbosa was looking to break the guard by reaching back.
And here we go.
It's a nice sweep from Labinski. And immediately Barbosa getting on the heel hook just to negate the advance of Labinski after that sweep. Check this out, look, he goes straight, catches the heel there where the watch would be and looks to rotate. This is what forced Labinski to roll completely off the mat. And a viable option here, particularly if the mat's a little bit smaller, to roll off the mat and get a reset. And this is where we saw Barbosa with both of his legs over two of the legs of Labinski, making it a little bit harder just to isolate one limb and submit that for the heel hook. So he reaches back there, but he doesn't have a complete bite here. The left leg's got a nice bite, but his right leg on the other side is locking the other leg. This is where he negated the unhook as well. He used the Kimura in this instance because he couldn't pummel for the unhook and flatten out his opponent. A smart decision there by Barbosa. And he got a nice crank on it, actually. And often guys with the lesser flexibility in their shoulder would have tapped to that. But look at the face there of Labinski. He's not even bothered. He's looking to separate himself from his opponent. And in turn, exposes the back here, which forces Barbosa to abandon the Kimura and creates a scramble. And this was the pressure look. The shoulder of doom in the face from Barbosa, who's known from his top heavy pressure, his knee slices, and then his attacks from the mount. And he delivered. Back with the instep there to free the leg straight to the mount, immediately looking to walk up nice and high. And he's got that arm exposed. And he'll further look to walk that up and separate the arm away from the body of Labinski, which gave him a nice high mount. Established this position now to attack the armbar. You can see they're very high, very hard for Labinski to gain any leverage with regards to his hips and the bucks to escape. And there was the armbar, nice switch from Barbosa to sense that potentially the straight armbar wasn't there, so he's going to look for a more favorable and more controlling position. Watch the way he plants his hand on the mat and then secures the left arm of Labinski. Textbook armbar here from Barbosa. Great the way he gets both feet over the head before he sits back, and hyperextension